Welcome to Tech Transformation with CGT and RIS News, where we explore the innovative tech strategies and trends in retail and consumer goods. I'm Lisa Johnson, the editor-in-chief of CGT. In this episode, I'm talking with Suveen Sahib, the co-founder and CEO of K18, a hair care brand that's disrupting the industry through biotechnology and really innovative marketing. Now, Suveen's here to tell us about the brand and how they're using technology in nearly every aspect of their strategy. So, Suveen, welcome.
Hi, Lisa. Good morning, and thank you for having me here with you.
It's great to have you here. Get us started. Tell us just a little bit. Tell us about your background. Tell us about K18. And for some of our listeners, tell us about biotechnology.
Lisa, my background has been in the tech space. I was working in building SaaS platforms for more than 10 years. My last startup happened to be something similar to Zoom, much before Zoom happened in 2012. And my foray into hair care was a result of my co-founder and business partner, Britta Cox, the founder of Arquus. She created a hair towel which transformed the lives of many across the world in simplifying the hair routine. And a key part of the conversation has always been about how much of a hair struggle hair is for everyone across the globe, especially if you happen to love expressing your hair. The amount of time, effort, and money that you put into loving your hair can be overwhelming. And the genesis of this is not just in our habits, but in an industry that has its roots in cosmetic chemistry and for generations has served one purpose, which is about masking damage. And that's something very, very similar to how the skincare was in the 90s. And that's where we realized that this needed to change. When hair expression is driving hair, a key part of when you kind of look at hair, it's one of the most sophisticated biological composites. And you cannot solve that by simply putting products on hair. So that's when I kind of took a deep dive into biotechnology, worked with some of the top bioengineering scientists who were working on products like glycoproteins and lipophilic proteins, which is what a part of the hair is. And we started coding the entire genetic expression that's expressed by the human genome for keratin. And K18 is an outcome of that. Worked for about 10 years in this space to kind of come up with K18.
Now, a lot of your users, you're in the pro market, right? But now you've also entered the retail market. So how do you communicate the benefits to consumers versus when you're communicating them with your pro users?
I mean, the benefits are ultimately for the entire community. Think about stylists. They are looking to enhance their artistry, and they want to kind of do it with less frustration and less time. Same is the case with the community who also happen to be the customers. Everyone is overwhelmed with the number of products that we kind of use in the hair care industry, the amount of time we use and we use to love our hair. And this is where K18 kind of comes in. When we kind of think about parallels, I'd compare the role of K18 very similar to what Tesla or Apple did in their respective industries. They were not technologies that just disintermediated the industries, but they fundamentally re-architected the way we engage, whether it comes to our mobility or whether it comes to the way we communicate and engage with our communities. And in both the platforms, the common factor or denominator was simplicity. Tesla and Apple simplified routines, simplified the user experience. And that's what we kind of are looking to do with K18. This is the role of biotech is allowing K18 to simplify this experience and across all hair types, whether it's a stylist or whether the consumer. How many products can you kind of think about that you can just simply wash your hair, dry it, and just put a bit of K18, and you are out and ready to go? How many products in a salon can you think about where a stylist can actually use this product in every chemical hair service on every hair type and in a spontaneous manner where the product works just in 4 minutes and leaves, and every customer out there leaves with a sense of delight? That's where K18 plays a role in simplifying and delighting communities across the globe.
Now, I know that you use consumer insights within your product development. Can you talk a little bit about that process and which stage you're using them in?
We are using consumer insights at every stage. We have a continuous feedback loop, especially with our stylist community. That's our North Stars. They know your hair better than anyone else. And they understand how hair works. So we engage them right at an alpha product development, in defining base opportunities, in understanding use occasions, and also in our communication strategy. A case in point happens to be, let's talk about heat protection. As a scientist, when someone is talking about heat protection, it means how do we save the fiber integrity from heat styling tools. For a stylist, what matters more is about saving your color more than saving your hair. And that's what we kind of learn from the stylists. Similarly, when it comes to building feedback loops with our customers, a lot of our customers came to us with a feedback about our detox shampoo at least addressing some of the psoriasis concerns. And from there, we now looking to build out what exactly are we doing differently, and how could we further that concern of theirs. We also been working on understanding the microbiome habitat of our customers and its interdependencies with them, with their habits, the products that they use, the environment. And that's something that we believe will help us build up more interactions and dialogues between our customers' health and their hair and scalp environment. We also facilitating interactions and dialogues between stylists and the medical communities so that we continue to build up more insights.
I was going to ask, do you share these learnings with your retail partners?
We're sharing many of these insights both with our retail partners and also with our stylists.
To say that social commerce is a key part of your strategy would be the understatement of the year. Last count on TikTok, the hashtag K18 flipped had over 11 billion views. And I read that you recently said there's been over 500,000 user-generated content assets developed within less than 2 years. So two-part question on this. One, why is this working? Why do you think this works so well for K18? And two, can you talk a little bit about how you discovered this would work so well?
Lisa, first of all, we were lucky to have for the first time, a universal product in haircare. Haircare has always been very, very segregated. It's about conversations that this works on Caucasian hair, this works on curly, coily hair, this works on Asian hair, which beyond the styling aspect is bullshit, because fundamentally all hair is the same at a molecular level and it gets damaged in the same way. So in K18, for the first time, you actually had a universal product that literally worked across all hair types and services. And that gave us the confidence to really go big on social media. And within social media, TikTok was in its infancy during the pandemic. And this is where we realized that we could find the most optimal way of reaching stylists, science influencers, and beauty experts who are vouching for our products and our mission. And in TikTok, we saw the beauty platform of the future with its ability to both educate and entertain. It's a platform that sparks joy and participatory content, and this is where you find shelf-clearing content. So that's why we decided to invest early on into TikTok. And there was a latent desire for hair content, and that's what we really jumped on to fuel it. So we started testing and iterating it for several months before launching our first campaign. And that was with the launch of K18 at Sephora, which is the hair flip campaign. And the program really gathered strong traction. And within about 3 months, we had close to about 11 billion views, which is the largest for any prestige hair care brand anywhere in the world. And all of this all of this is a result of the fact that we had a universal product. We had a brand that really identified itself with its audience, its authenticity, and its focus on education and entertainment together, not just entertainment. is where our community saw a very, very strong fit. And that has literally been the growth driver. And along with that, it's the stylists who have been creating immense amount of content, as do the fans who have been kind of creating a lot of before and after content with K18 that's driven its propagation across the world.